Hi, thanks for tuning in to my official YouTube channel. I'm Reverend MeeLing. Been known by a few other names, Reverend MeeLing, Reverend Susan MeeLing, Lady MeeLing, Lady Dori, Belle, so on and so forth. So, I am on my way after picking up my Medal of Honor artwork pieces, the two biggest pieces that I had completed myself out of 131 Medal of Honor artwork pieces individually. Those are the two big pieces, or two biggest pieces I have ever done. I've done some big pieces as far as my Medal of Honor art project is concerned, but both of those are just almost 5 feet and tall, and then about a couple, what is it, about 4 feet, 4.5 feet wide for one of them, and then the other one's just shy of that. And so completed both of those along with the other ones. So I'm on my way from where I was staying at in Federal Way, Washington. Today is the 12th of June 2020, and I'm making my way across Washington State to get to Montana first, not just because it's on the way. Well, the Montana Vortex is where I'm going. That cute patootie Navy SEAL. Come on, that'd be cool. Awesome. Anyway, just saying, you know, Rob O'Neill, if you don't have anything better to do tomorrow, you know, that'd be cool. I do want to give a fairy hug. Anyway, so on my way, and so on the way from Federal Way, Washington through to Montana is Spokane, Washington. Now one day, back in 2015 or 2016, I can't remember, I think it was 2016. It was 2016. I had been contacted in 2015 by a female who said that her father was Grandstaff, which is a Medal of Honor recipient who is from the Vietnam era of war in Spokane, that I had completed a Medal of Honor artwork piece for. And she had said she wanted to meet so we could talk and that sort of stuff. So I met with her. Her hair is about to here, dirty blonde, broader shoulders, very pale skin, especially like for me to say pale, very, very pale in complexion. And so we met at the Denny's in Spokane after I had checked into and also checked out of the EconoLodge there. So like my bank records would be able to verify which EconoLodge I was at, and it was the Denny's that was like 5-10 minutes from that particular EconoLodge that I had booked my hotel room at. Anyway, on my way out of the hotel room and to the car to go meet with the female who claimed that she was Grandstaff's daughter, there was this car that had pulled into one of the parking spots near where my car was to leave. And ironically, the male and the female in the front seat of that car looked similar to the individuals that were at the Montana Vortex in 2018. If there are any security cameras that could have picked that up, that'd be fantastic to prove that stalking and harassment issue. That being said, so I went to the Denny's, met with the female. She said that one of her friends apparently is Man's daughter, which is another Medal of Honor recipient from the Spokane, Washington area, who said that she had just picked up the pieces from the cemetery that I had dropped the individual ones off at Spokane for the actual family members of the Medal of Honor recipients. That being said, I know that I do not camo. And in a city such as Spokane, Washington, in comparison to Seattle, as far as like population is concerned, I definitely do not camo. I do not blend in. I blend as far as like my painting stuff. I blend makeup when I do it. I blend the hair dye, which color I make for my hair. However, I do not personally blend in. You know, this tattoo is quite distinct and stands out no matter where I'm at. Even like unless I'm wearing gloves, which if I'm inside, I'm not going to be wearing gloves, obviously. Especially when going to get something to eat. So, you know, then there's that security camera stuff there. In that regard, of the female that I was sitting at the table with near the register, nonetheless, that particular female had said that she was Grandstaff's daughter, and she had told me how she had dealt with certain issues because of the Vietnam War at the time, and all these different things, and I was listening to her, and then she started asking me questions as far as my Medal of Honor art project, and I explained certain things in that regard. And then she started talking about her daughter with autism and all these other aspects, and I was like, oh, okay. And she had brought up a few different things, and it was just one of those, obviously, at this point in time, meaning today, the 12th of June 2020, I didn't realize back then in 2015 or 2016 that anyone would lie about being a Medal of Honor recipient's child or any of that stuff related to, however. And so, you know, I sat there and I listened to her back in, I think it was 2016. I think it was. You know what? It was 2016 at Denny's in Spokane. And so I did notice while I was sitting with her and speaking with her, as she spoke about being Grandstaff's daughter, there were a bunch of people in the nearby booths and tables at Denny's that just kind of turned and looked at the female every time she brought up being Grandstaff's daughter, the Medal of Honor recipient's daughter, in Spokane, Washington. And at that time, I just kind of, oh, well, you know, maybe they know Grandstaff's daughter, and they just don't want to interrupt the discussion with that particular female and I. And as I talked about my Medal of Honor art project, there are a few individuals that just kind of turned and looked and were like, oh my God. And so, you know, it was what it was. And so, I don't know if that's important or not as far as, you know, who I call cherubim. Because again, to me, why would anybody lie about something like that? Why would anybody be dumb enough to lie about being a Medal of Honor recipient's family member? I mean, realistically, especially in 2016 before, you know, what happened in 2018, where, you know, In November of 2018, Criminal Investigation Division of JBLM, or Joint Base Lewis McCord, was like, so you need to contact the Pentagon. And the Tacoma police were like, so you need to contact the FBI. And since Idaho, in the area of Spokane, it's a very small section in regards to the state of Idaho between Washington State and Montana State. I don't know how many people from Idaho jump over to Spokane to go for certain things in that vicinity. However, I just kind of, again, at that point in time, it was one of those, who would actually, do something like that? I mean, why would anybody, again, in that point in reference, why would anybody cause problems to my Medal of Honor art project? I mean, come on now. I obviously was ignorant at that point in time. I was just excited to be working on my Medal of Honor art project. And so, just one of those, if hypothetically that female was lying about being a Medal of Honor recipient's daughter, well, Spokane has a lower number in population than Seattle, Washington, or even Tacoma, Washington. And I do remember that Philip Olmsted, or Darko, or Donnie Darko, or whatever it was on FetLife, had said that he was at one point dating a female from Spokane, Washington. They had some long distance relationship or whatever going on. And so while I was not informed of that until after being in Cedar Park, Texas, after what occurred to my daughter because of McCoy Elementary School on that field trip of Carrollton Farmers Branch Independent School District. Just gonna throw that out there. If, hypothetically speaking, that particular female from, Philip Olmsted's whatever, probably, hypothetically speaking, she probably didn't take into consideration that small town aspect and wanting to meet in public. And, my hair color does not camouflage at all whatsoever. And my tattoos, quite distinctive. And I was wearing a short sleeve shirt, so those tattoos would have shown up. And so hopefully, if there's an issue in that regard, that is taken care of. Because, I just also never thought anybody would do anything disrespectfully to my Medal of Honor art project, because, what type of individual would be so atrocious and so weak-minded to cause problems to a project of pure intent and absolute respect? Realistically, in a malicious way, what type of person, I guess the term would actually be cherubim, that would cause any problems? What would be lacking so much in their life that would be considered acceptable? Realistically, how disdaining of their view of their life and how much they look down upon others would someone or people like that have to be in order to have such little respect for the individuals who had earned a Medal of Honor and their families and their friends and their associates. Like, you know, I didn't think about this then in 2016 when meeting with the female who claimed to be Grandstaff's daughter. However, now with the knowledge and understanding and comprehension that there were those who purposefully caused problems to my Medal of Honor art project, now at this point I just wonder how horrid and putrid of an outlook of life do you have to be such a atrocious individual, in my opinion, to cause problems for such. I mean, realistically, how much do you, in that regard, in a malicious way, how much do you not only despise your own life and your own existence, how can you honestly look at yourself in the mirror at all, at any point in time? Whether it's in your reflection in a mirror as far as the one that's hanging in your bathroom, or, you know, in reference to your cell phone or your laptop, because, you know, there is that glare where you get to see your reflection. So, not just when you actually sign into whatever social media, right? So how do you, like, I mean, you must obviously despise yourself that much to cause that many problems in such a malicious way, unless I'm incorrect. I mean, I would think that you would have to have such a negative view of the world to genuinely maliciously cause problems to my Medal of Honor art project in such a way, and essentially be as disrespectful to all of the Medal of Honor recipient spirits, as well as the ones that are alive, as well as the intention of the Medal of Honor award for the United States of America's Armed Forces, as well as every single individual who has ever signed that dotted line to be a part of whichever branch and whichever division of the United States of America's Armed Forces, as well as your existence within the United States of America, to do something so atrocious and hideous. I mean, that's the only way I could try to, in the smallest itsy-bitsy way, figure that out, is that type of individual must absolutely have such a putrid and vile outlook on their lives and existences that that is the only way that they could find happiness, and that's not even truthful happiness, right? And then, you know, I mean, what type of individual, other than the label of cherubim ones, could that be? I mean, hypothetically speaking, I would doubt that anybody that actually appreciated the fact that they were able to breathe and wake up each day, or whenever they laid down to go to sleep, I would doubt anyone that actually appreciated their breath, actually appreciated, you know, being able to exist, would ever cause a problem maliciously in that way to my Medal of Honor art project. I would guesstimate that only people who just genuinely didn't enjoy their lives, not one aspect, not one point, could they find anything worthwhile to their existence. If I am inaccurate, and if I am incorrect, those of you who caused malicious problems to my Medal of Honor art project, please do leave a comment below, or please do contact me through my website and send me a message and let me know what it is about your existence that you actually enjoy after maliciously causing problems to my Medal of Honor art project. And make sure it's good stuff, not that you caused problems to my Medal of Honor art project. That would be an interesting read. I mean, seriously, to find out what it is about your existences that you find to be worthwhile, that you would feel the need to maliciously and wrongly cause problems to my Medal of Honor art project. Though I doubt that that is going to occur. I doubt that those who I call the cherubim ones have the cojones to actually send that message to say that they had caused problems to my Medal of Honor art project. However, I believe that I genuinely believe that people like that would be arrogant enough to post online that they were going to do stuff to cause problems to my Medal of Honor art project. And then there'd be like NSA records and, you know, whichever cell phone company or whichever social media or whichever email system or whatever, they would be arrogant enough to have a record of that history online, and techie guys would be able to ninja that information. Because, you know, I doubt, highly doubt, that people that would do something like that maliciously and to cause harm for such would not be arrogant enough to not notify others that they were causing problems to my Medal of Honor art project. I mean, whereas I had my head injury on Palm Sunday in 2000, and I had the subarachnoid hemorrhage in the frontal lobe of my brain, and I was in a coma for however long, and I deal with the headaches and migraines that I deal with, and I have memory deficits, and I have cognitive disorders, and I went from college algebra with trigonometry and calculus to second grade math. I am me. I am not everybody else. And so let's say, for an example, that the actual, hypothetically, if that female that I met wasn't actually Grandstaff's daughter, and hypothetically somebody else actually is Grandstaff's daughter, I would guesstimate that female would probably be extremely upset, as well as all the people in the Spokane, Washington area, and or the state of Washington, and or the United States of America would be absolutely infuriated by that particular female and any and all of her associates, and would be able to track each and every one of them down, because I would guesstimate that there is no such thing as an invisible IP address, right? That's what it's called. That's the techie name, right? So I would guesstimate that, you know, I mean, I could be wrong. I could have actually met Grandstaff's daughter, and I could have actually been told the truth. Or, hypothetically speaking, in 2016, when I saw that female and male in the car that pulled up next to the vicinity of where my car was when it was 2016, coming back from Montana's trip, the first year, that hypothetically that may not have been Grandstaff's daughter. And then, you know, probably might be some individuals who'd be upset by that. I can't be the only one who knows what it takes to actually earn a Medal of Honor award for the United States of America's Armed Forces. So in that, you know, is it that whole aspect of everybody gets a participation trophy that has been an additional problem instead of people actually earning their trophy that has caused a problem in such a view where people are so soft because they have never actually earned something on their own that would make them think that that would be acceptable. I could be wrong, but maybe, hypothetically, there's an association in that regard where, you know, those who are accustomed to just, oh, well, you participated, so here's your trophy, you special little snowflake, and didn't actually earn anything or do anything. I mean, it's one thing to get a ribbon because you graduated basic training, you know, and move forward in that regard. However, you know, you still go forward and earn your individual medals and ribbons when you are in the United States of America's Armed Forces, whichever branch and division you're a part of. I have earned each and every trophy that I ever got. So I earned second and third place trophies in the first Taekwondo competition I had ever been in. I never knew anything about an award for just participating. Every medal that I have earned for track and field races that I've been in, I actually earned, and I never got a medal for anything that I had placed anything below third place. I got medals for first place, second place. Oh, wait, no. There was one race in Monmouth County that they gave medals for up to fifth place because of the amount of people that were in that particular long distance race. So I think I got fourth or fifth place out of I think it was 300 people in that race. So, you know. But I still earned it. And I was in 8th grade when I earned that medal. And the majority of people that were in that marathon were adults. I was the youngest individual who had earned a medal in that. Just saying. And so, you know, for example, when I broke the high school record for winter track and field for the high jump, I earned that. I broke that record on my own, although it really wasn't that difficult because I don't think there was anyone who had actually had a record to break. I think it was just I had jumped the highest for the first time for females at St. John Vianney High School for high jump, and so I set the record for the initial one. And then in regards to other certifications, graduations, etc., I mean, technically I got a participation thing-ish for my 8th grade graduation, but I still graduated on my own. I didn't get valedictorian, but I graduated on my own, so it's not technically a participation trophy in that regard. However, in regards to what is it? The Presidential Fitness Awards. Every single year that I had ever done the Presidential Fitness Award or challenge or whatever it's called, I had earned the red ribbon. Except for 1 year. 1 year. And that was the year I had mono, Epstein-Barr bronchitis, Lyme's disease, and the flu all at the same time. That was the only year I got a blue ribbon. Otherwise, every year I got the red ribbon, the highest award. Because I could do pull-ups in first grade and kindergarten. And that was how I got the highest award for Presidential Fitness Award. Because that was the only way a female could, at least at those times, get the higher ranking ribbon. was to be able to do pull-ups, not the chin hang. So every year I had ever done it, always got the highest award. And then, you know, for another example, I had earned the ability to have a painting that I had done on the mural wall when I was in 6th grade at Asher Holmes Elementary School. I had painted an African gray parrot in honor of my babysitter family that was Sonia's favorite bird that she had named Chico, and she would clap and whistle in a certain way, and Chico would start dancing. And Joe's favorite, or Jose's favorite, was Major, and that was because Major had Major was a macaw parrot, irony, and had a bunch of words that Major was taught. They weren't the best of words, but it always made Joe or Jose laugh because, you know, it would be random when Major would just run his mouth. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I had never earned a participation trophy. I had actually, I guess you don't really earn a participation trophy. I wasn't given a participation trophy. Any trophy or medal I had ever gotten, I had earned on my own. Like, for another example, in, 7th and 8th grade, I had earned the ability to be in the specialty art class in Marlboro Middle School. So I got to learn how to do additional types of art on top of the regular art class. When it came to woodworking class, which I had to fight to get into, by the way, and that was in New Jersey in, what year was that? I think that was 1995, 96. I had to fight to be able to do woodworking, and that particular woodworking shop teacher did not like females in his class at all, and he had actually gotten all of the other females that were in that class to drop his class, with the exception of me. And I was a little stubborn even back then. Maybe there's some people who could very much see that I have the ability to be just a smidgen, teeny-tiny, no fairy size bit stubborn, and so by a lot. And so what had really made that woodshop teacher really mad, other than the fact that I was able to stick it out through the entire woodshop class, was that I broke his record for the amount of weight that a truss that I built could hold. It held over, I think it was like 70, 80 pounds for a little itty bitty truss that was literally like 1.5, 2 inches in width and like 12 inches long. Yeah. His record was like something like 40 pounds or something like that, and I did 2.5 times. So yeah, it was over 100 pounds. And so completely infuriated him that I broke his record. He actually threw a temper tantrum, went outside in the hallway, that whole thing, tried to embarrass me in front of all the rest of the males in that class. And I was like, look, hers is gonna like break and it's not gonna be able to do it. And then boom, I beat his record all by myself. Nonetheless, another aspect of not having just gotten a participation trophy, but like actually earning stuff, each and every one of my scuba certifications, all 26, I earned on my own. It wasn't a like you just don't get a scuba certification for the different specialties just because you sign up for the class. You actually have to do the work to actually earn that. So all of my certifications that I earned. It wasn't like it was given to me. It was something I actually earned. Just saying. Just saying. So I don't know if that's something that has to do with certain things in regards to this era and problems in that regard. The issues that were caused maliciously, hypothetically, to my Medal of Honor art project. I don't know if that's a thing. So, as far as what assisted that attributing factor in that regard. So, just saying, I never thought anybody would do anything like that, but then again, I'm weird. So, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to my official YouTube channel, Reverend MeeLing. Comment, like, and share, and you guys have a good one.